as police officers man 9 roadblocks day and night. Marianne Nyambura is now joining us live with an update from Nakuru town. Marianne, why can't you tell us what exactly are the residents going through right now?
Well, indeed, since yesterday, the situation has been one of panic and a lot of confusion among the residents concerning the containment measures that were put in place as at yesterday. And today is the first day of these measures taking effect. But today we are seeing a picture which is kind of different, considering yesterday we saw from Nairobi to Nakuru, motorists were paying at least 3,000 shillings, 2,000 to 3,000 shillings. But today, at a spot check at the different matatu termini has shown that residents are now coming to terms with the containment measures and getting to understand more. Just to get into a deeper understanding of this matter, I will be engaging the Rift Valley Regional Commissioner. Remember, Nakuru County as well as Kajiado counties are in the Rift Valley region, and they are among the 5 which have been listed as those with the disease-infected area or counties. But kindly, sir, if you join us, maybe let's just first start off with the fact that 9 roadblocks will be erected in the different parts, let's say Subukia, in Gilgil, and different parts. Perhaps, what is the idea behind this, and what is the effect like and the impact?
Thank you, Marianne. You know that 2 counties from the Rift Valley are among the 5 that have been locked down. And the essence is that people should not be allowed into this zone or leave the zone. The purpose for putting out those 9 roadblocks is that Nakuru is bordered by about 8 counties, and of course Kajiado is bordered by Tana River and Makueni. So we are putting those roadblocks on the main entry points or exit points into the region. But over and above that, we are going to have many more roadblocks within even Nakuru and other counties, just to ensure that other COVID protocols and other measures were announced by the President are fully implemented.
Maybe the situation on the ground is that matatus are charging as high as 3,000 shillings to travel from Nakuru to Nairobi and other different parts. Perhaps as the regional commissioner, this is now the residents actually calling on the government to ensure that this the different matatu operators are tamed as regards to the hiking of the charges. Perhaps what do you have to say regarding this?
The hiking of only puzzling. And you know, the matatu industry must stop these extortionist tendencies. Because every time they hear such a measure put in place, they start hiking fares. You tell me, what has changed between yesterday and today? People are moving freely from Nairobi to Nakuru. Why should somebody increase fare from the normal fare that somebody is using from Nairobi to Nakuru? What has changed? Nothing has basically changed. And I think as government, we're going to have a very serious engagement with this because people are already facing economic challenges because of this disease, this pandemic, and then people want to take advantage. That one must be checked.
And just one more question regarding Kimende area is in Nyandarua County. This is something that motorists are raising concern because traveling to Nairobi using the Nairobi-Nakuru highway will mean that some of them will have to pass through Kimende, which is in Nyandarua County. What do you have to say regarding this? Are there any protocols that have been set?
What I want to assure Kenya is that we are also going to use common sense. For instance, if somebody is very sick and they want to go to Nairobi for treatment, you can't say it's because past hours or because there's a lockdown. Our officers also must use common sense. Of course, there's a very short stretch between Nairobi and Nakuru, which is actually basically in Nyandarua. We don't have to make Kenya suffer necessarily. We need to understand why were these protocols put in place. Were they made to make people suffer, or they made to address the pandemic? So that thing we are discussing it, and we are going to see how people are going to move. from Nyandarua into, but will travel elsewhere. Travel elsewhere. Though by tomorrow they'll have gone back to the homes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, indeed, Mukami, that is the situation. The Rift Valley Regional Commissioner just giving an update. Regarding the containment measures that were put in place yesterday, him saying, of course, there were concerns from
kafyu ama nini, kakata ya Friday hiyo ndio kutoka tukalala kwa jamu hapo hivyo kwa forest fulani, tukalala usiku hadi asubuhi. Kuamka asubuhi tumefika Nakuru saa 3:30. Tukatoka Nakuru kusonga kidogo, tumefika police station, tukasimamishwa, wakachukua dere, wakamwambia ashuke ama turudi Nairobi. Na hiyo ni kitu impossible. So wamemnyang'anya kifungu. Si tuko stranded, tuko na watoto, tuko njaa, tumeshinda njaa, tumelala njaa, hata kuoga hatujaoga, tuna suffocate kabisa. Watoto wako njaa na hatuna pesa kununua juu transport ilikuwa imepanda.
Asante, bila shaka natumai mtakuwa mkiachiliwa. Pengine tuzungumze na wewe dadangu, njoo hapa karibu. Tuzungumze. Nieleze iwapo umepata taarifa kwamba pengine hii lockdown tayari imesukumwa hadi kesho. Njoo hapa tafadhali. Mmepata taarifa kwamba lockdown imesukumwa hadi kesho saa 2 asubuhi?
Tumepata habari ya kwamba Uhuru ametangaza lockdown itaanza kesho asubuhi ambapo ni Jumapili. Sasa tumefika hapa Mau Summit, polisi wamedai wanataka 5,000 na tumelipa, kila mtu alikuwa analipa 2,500 kwa gari. Sasa hatuna pesa, tumelala kwa njia. Tumefika hapa, mama wenye wako na watoto wako njaa, wamehangaika, bado wanataka pesa. Na
Asante, sekunde 2 peke yake. Nieleze yako.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Daniel Kurgat. Okay. Kwa majina naitwa Daniel Kurgat kutoka Ban Forest. Sasa nilikuwa Nairobi na wakati rais alitangaza hiyo lockdown, nilikuwa katika ofisi fulani ya serikali. Na wakati nilisikia hivi ndio nikaamua kuja kukimbia kujaribu kutafuta jinsi ya kufika. Lakini nilifika kwa stage ya basi, nikakata tiketi, ilikuwa mnamo saa 10. Na ile jam yenye imetupata kufikia hapa leo, sasa tumefika hapa ni kitu saa 7. Sasa jambo moja yenye nataka niseme.
Kaka, tutazungumza, tunaendelea na mahojiano haya. Usiondoke. Tutaendelea na mahojiano haya alafu tutakuwa tukiyapeperusha pengine baadaye kwa taarifa zetu. Haya, sawa basi.
Nilikuwa nataka tuniambie rais wetu wakati anatoa uamuzi wa lockdown awe na mikakati ambayo itakuwa inakuja kukaa vile consequences, sababu iko na madhara yake. Hii si kitu ambayo lockdown ikifanywa namna hiyo inakuja ina perform well vile iko.
Asante. Bila shaka rais amesikia. Well, George, you have heard there that they are stating that by the time government spokesperson Cyrus Oguna was making that announcement, perhaps it was not heard, but they were already arrested here or stopped here and told to go back. But this is perhaps the situation in different parts of the country, even as the roadblocks now have been cleared and people can actually travel to different parts of the country. George.
Thank you, Ibrahim Karanja, reporting in Nakuru, speaking to a section of residents and travelers who are stranded following the transport mayhem. But Cyrus Oguna has clarified that the window period is until the transition period is until tomorrow, capital. You're watching Weekend at 1. We want to take a short commercial break, but we'll be back with more on the other side. Do stay with us.
Relief in 60 seconds.
Introducing Ushindi Cream Bar Soap. It foams well, is gentle on skin and hands, and cleans your clothes and dishes well too. Available in 1 kg and 800 gram bars and 175 gram tablets. Also available in all your favorite variants. Ushindi, a quality product from Pwani Oil Products Limited. Are you looking for a job? Or do you have a job opening and looking to hire? Well, look no further, because all thanks to the Standard Jobs, your search ends here. The Standard Jobs, the all-inclusive platform that helps bring together potential employees and employers, has a wide pool of talent and opportunities to pick from when it comes to finding what works for you. From blue to white-collar jobs, we've got them all. And that's not even the best part. For just 5 shillings per alert, we'll notify you of any opportunities coming your way, giving you the power to pick what works for you. Usiwachwe nyuma, grow with the Standard Jobs. Kazi sio kutafuta kazi. Visit jobs.standardmedia.co.ke and get hired today. For inquiries, call 0719012211 or email jobs@standardmedia.co.ke. The Standard Jobs. Find what works for you.
Tunajaribu kusupport, kuempower wanawake wakuje wa learn.
Na nikajua kwamba kutafuta suluhisho ni kuwa katika ile meza ambayo sasa decisions zinaweza zikaongelewa.
Nikaanza kuvolunteer kwa children's home nikitoka kazi, wakati niko holiday, weekends na volunteer kwa children's home.
Wengine wananiuliza, wewe unafanya kazi ya wanaume, kwa nini usitafute kazi ya wanawake?
Mimi niseme kwamba ni mwanamke nganga.
Ungana nami Cecilia wa Kesho Mathuva kila siku ya Jumapili kwenye makala ya Mwanamke Nganga.
My name is Tom. I was until recently the VP of Trust and Safety at Google, and just left to start my own company in the user data privacy space.
To take law into their hands after 2 boda operators were found killed. The agitated riders lamented of their frustrations as the 2 deaths came barely 2 weeks after another operator was found dead within the same area of Camus village in Embu West sub-county.
Tumeweza kupoteza dereva wawili wa bodaboda. Mmoja amepatikana asubuhi na mwingine amepatikana hii tu masaa ya saa 9. Na wacha niseme kesi za insecurity zimekuwa juu sana hapa Embu town. Na ile kitu nitauliza wa county commandant, our area OCS, area OCPD, they have to do something kwa sababu kwa sekta ya pikipiki imekuwa sasa threat.
Mtu anatolewa hapa anaenda kuuliwa na huku mbele. Mwingine anaenda pelekwa Ronyeje, mwingine anaenda na huku Kiajokoma. Sasa sisi tu sisi tunachukua jukumu ya kumpeleka kwa hata ukiangalia kijana kama huyu, hata ana mtoto, ni kijana mdogo. Hakuna mtoto hata mmoja ameacha. Sasa tumekuwa confused. Serikali iingilie, na kama haitaingilia, sisi tuchukue sheria mikononi. Na tutajua vile tutafanya.
Kama kuna mtu yoyote wetu wa bodata mmoja atawaipatikana ameuliwa, wacha tukue tunajua at least ni akina nani, because kesi zetu zote zikiingia huko hakuna hata moja imewahi fuatiliwa. Zote huwa zinakuja zinapotelea juu na mtu wetu anapotea. So this time round tumesema
to run. Now international flights are not affected by these regulations. People will continue to come into the country. Our people and others will continue to fly out of the country. However, those who come into the country must be able to abide by the COVID-19 protocols, meaning that for any traveler coming into Kenya must be able to have a COVID-19 negative certificate that must have been obtained 96 hours before travel.
Finally got my clarification as far as what he meant by curfew. He said if you're outside the zone, you need to be back inside the zone by tomorrow curfew time, and that has been adjusted to 8 p.m. Up from 10 p.m., which applies in the 42 other counties in the country. But he said in government's wisdom, perhaps it would have been wise to anticipate that people would need time to move in and out of the zone before it came into force, the lockdown that is. 5 suspected members of a criminal gang operating in Mombasa have been gunned down by security officers. Police raided a house in Bombululu area in the wee hours of Saturday morning and fatally shot the suspects believed to be the gang that has been terrorizing residents by stealing from Mpya shops and attacking businessmen. Our Coast reporter Kevin Mutai has more.
A special unit of heavily armed security officers believed to be from the Reke Squad conducted a raid in Mbungoni area in Bombolulu, Mombasa County. The dawn ambush targeted a gang of 5 suspected criminals that has been operating in the region. The elite squad rounded their house in a surprise attack that left all the 5 suspects dead.
Walikuwa pia kwa mission tu ya kufanya uhalifu, sababu ile time tulikuta askari walikuja kuficha hapa, they were moving out, walikuwa na pikipiki. Haya, akada askari wamewaambia wa surrender, wakiwa wanatoka kwa nyumba, they rushed back. 5 of them wanakaa nyumba moja. Katika hiyo nyumba hawana kitanda, wanalala chini wote.
Members of the public say that the 5 men have been living in the area for a while now, as intelligence reports also indicate that the gang had established the place as their operation center. One of the officers was injured during the shootout that lasted about 10 minutes.
Wamehangaisha sana Mombasa County. Kila kijao utasikia wamenyang'anya, wamepika mtu risasi.
According to police, the 5 suspects have been identified as Benedicto Mugure alias General, Michael Kimani Njoroge alias One Man Army, Newton Kibara aka Kaparo, Bakari Hassan alias Beka, and Salim Ndegwa aka Kidevu. Police recovered an AK-47 rifle and 32 rounds of ammunition among other assorted weapons. The intelligence report also reveals that the gang has been allegedly operating the River Trinity Miracle Church. Their leaders have been identified as Pastor John Kamau and Lawrence Kamau. The duo were missing during the dawn ambush and a manhunt is underway.
It is through the PR and community policing that has helped us to get full information in regard to this incident.
Police also say that members of the gang are responsible for the attack that happened in October 2020 when they shot and killed a woman operating an Mpya shop along Moi Avenue in Mombasa and made away with an unknown amount of money. The gang has also reportedly committed a series of other crimes in Likoni, Kisauni, and even Nyali, targeting businesses and amounts of cash. Kevin Mutai, NTV, in Mombasa.
Women are being urged to formally register their business and companies to access and government offers through affirmative action funds. Women in Business says women control about 88% of informal businesses and are therefore key economic drivers.
For the better part of Friday morning, women in business from different parts of the country were holed up in a meeting at a Nairobi hotel, getting a timely lesson on how to enhance their businesses, led by the Women in Business organization. The training coming on the virus pandemic, which has come with a multitude of economic pains. Here, women were taught on the importance of investing in themselves for the future in the wake of the uncertainty brought about by the coronavirus pandemic.
Our businesses are hurting, and going by this year's UN theme, women in leadership, and of course achieving greater heights through leadership, we want to lead from the front, from the business front, from the women leaders front.
The